I gotta be up at 4 a.m.
Crazy
We
work.
live, niggas.
Okay, Jobber Nation, welcome to a special edition of the Jobber Tears podcast. As always, I'm Janelle from HR here with Sir Wilkins and Mr. Black in the building. We had to jump on the internet because last night was not only history making, and we'll get into that, but we saw the return of Ron Killings, ladies and gentlemen. So we're sitting
Woo! Round of applause, niggas.
no, for real. Like it's dope to see how the one thing you love actually listens, like can actually like understand, like
It's like a good
nah,
girlfriend.
nigga is an asset.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it's like a good girlfriend. Like you've been telling her like, yo, this is what I like, and she finally listens.
yo, I got a question for y'all. This is so random, but do
Go ahead.
y'all know the difference between the Meta Quest 3 and the Meta Quest 3S?
What the
What?
fuck is that?
What is
It's a
that?
VR thing.
It's a
Is
what?
the Meta
Yeah, the
Quest?
Meta Quest. So yeah, the VR thing. There's a
No,
3 and there's a 3S. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is the
no.
difference. So that
Google.
we can get little Mikey this fucking VR headset because I don't know what the fuck is different.
Yo, you
He
know
has
what I do want? Speaking of
but
Meta, I want the Meta glasses.
so Michael has these glasses that he bought. I really want to say he bought them on Temu. I'm not gonna hold you, and they were
You
cool,
already did.
and and they work like dead ass. Like he said that if he's staying like if he's still, he can get clear video and shit. And then I had to tell him to leave the home for the comedy show because I didn't want to get kicked out. So, but
Yep.
okay. Yeah, so those are watching. If you know what the fuck the difference is, MetaQuest thing is, please message your sister because I'm trying to figure this out. Little man graduating next week, so I'm trying to get it for him. But all right, first thing first, how is everyone doing? I know this one's yawning. He's a bit tired. This will be what I promise you guys. We just wanted to get on to review a little bit about thing. We do want to thank everybody that came out. You know, the small crew that came out last night.
Yeah,
Sorry if you
fact.
guys
Shout
didn't
them
like
out.
the day, but sometimes I definitely saw new faces. Like I feel like every time I end up coming, like it's definitely like a group or a table of niggas. Like, I'd be like, "Who are you? Like,
Yo,
where did you?"
random. Y'all be proud of me. I just used my French 2 seconds ago because my
What?
Uber Eats came, and then the guy was like, "I don't speak English. I speak French." I said, "Parlez français, nigga."
You can't. I can't with you, but I'm proud of you. So. The MVB. No. He just woke up. Like he got the face of that child that just got woke up from their nap. Like how dare you? But I'm here. That's why he got that face. But he'll warm up in a bit too. But as I mentioned once again, thank you to everyone that did come out last night to the viewing party. Whether you were new, old, we appreciate every single person that does come out. We do want to also remind people that tickets are on sale. We are about how many days? Jesus. Eight, 13 days from Java Slam 5. So we're really
Jabba
excited.
slam, niggas.
The build up is
Jabba
coming.
slam.
So make sure to get your tickets while they are still available. Front row is almost sold out. So please make sure to grab your seat because this one will be the one you want to come to. So, but all right, Money in the Bank. First things first, before Money in the Bank, they had Worlds Collide at the Kia
Fire.
Like I really, I'm gonna save my coins for this Mexican PLE because that's gonna go down. That's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So first time, we had NXT, WWE, and AAA doing an amazing show. They had, Stephanie Vaquera. She did double duty. I mean, some people may say Chad Gable did double duty, but he was there. In the main event against the son of the Viking King. That's what I always call him. But it's just super dope to see the niggas went wild for the iguana nigga. I was just like, it's just super dope to see, lucha style and that type of wrestling being on a different platform that, more eyes can see. There was a report that there was nearly 750,000 viewers that watched Worlds Collide live on YouTube yesterday.
But the
Mm.
thing, what do not people not understand? Mexicans and Japanese love their wrestling. Like,
But it's not even that. What I feel like more with the lucha is they incorporate absolutely the wrestling side of it, but that gimmick side is so heavy, and that's really what captures people, especially on the state side. Like
well,
my
well, it's
homemade dad text me like, "Yo, I don't know this iguana nigga, but if they start selling masks, I'ma buy one." I was like, "What?"
well, it's because they kept kayfabe is not dead.
Well, Triple H tries to keep it alive. It's
Well,
just
it's kayfabe is not dead when it comes to Mexican wrestling or lucha
Right.
wrestling because it's like, first of all, they don't take off their mask. You don't know who they are.
mm-mm.
The respect is there. You know how many Pentagon Juniors there's been, and you don't know which one is who.
Okay.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like, but it's a respect. It's like this, like You know what? That's a great point. MDB beat
Triple nine.
99. Mexicans, Japanese, Southern whites, and black people all love wrestling equally, but differently. Now, I would love to break this down because that was a great point.
Mm-hmm.
Mexicans, this shit is culture.
Right.
Yeah.
Like this shit is like, it's like in their veins. Like
I mean, like how that you can't just say Mexicans alone. You gotta say Spanish people in general.
no,
They love
but
wrestling.
we're just talking about the Mexicans that he just
So,
said.
but like when it really
Yeah,
focusing a little bit on just the AAA aspect, because
yeah,
a lot of them come from the Mexican culture
yeah.
and things of that nature. Not to say that there aren't like I forgot one of the forgive me, but the Spanish lady that was on the other team that looked old as fuck, but she's Panamanian. And like Stephanie Recur is from Chile, so like it's but they Mexico just in general in terms of
Yeah.
wrestling
But
has a different connotation to it.
because it's
Um,
like it's in their veins, bro. Like it's like
mm,
this like it's kayfabe is real. And when I see Japanese wrestling, they're like legit like Mexican wrestling from what I've seen. This is my perspective once again.
Uh-huh.
Mexican wrestling is like culture. It is this is a way of life,
mm-hmm.
right? Japanese when they from what I've seen and what I've experienced, Japanese sees wrestlers as rock stars and like legit professional athletes. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but it's true. Like we all love it, but we receive it differently.
But what do you think? How do black people receive wrestling? That's a question.
Depends on the
I think
black
it's a
person.
mixture of like the hip hop culture and wrestling. I definitely think that plays a part. But I feel like as us, we view it different. We view it more. I feel like more as like an opportunity. I feel like more of black talent, black and brown talent. They the hunger is different. The hustle is different. Like how they present them. Like we always talk about representation because you have these little girls. Like I envy the little brown and black little girls that go to these shows now because like I didn't get to do that as a kid, but those are the things they're able to do now because now their parents are now showing them the way. So I think we see it more as community. We see it more as family. And definitely like we just have a different culture to it. So like I always look back and be like, you remember when Run DMC did that remix of the DX song? And I was just like, that was just so random, but it worked. It was
No, 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 no. It wasn't random. It was part of the hip hop album. It was
no,
more
but
like how that during the time.
at that time, did you like before that album dropped, before that album was a thought? Did you ever really think that would have been a thing? No.
I didn't
So,
care. Personally, as a kid, like I just thought, this shit was cool. I didn't really
but I'm
care.
saying, I mean, as a kid, you're not gonna care. But looking back, I didn't understand the importance of it. I didn't understand like, yo, not no bullshit. Like niggas in the hood doing sucking and everything, and now you see Run DMC who's from Queens, do a song with DX. So like it's just different things that are relatable, and I think even with it's so funny. I never really watched the post show. But last night I did watch it on the way home, and somebody had asked Triple H about SummerSlam and about Cardi B hosting, and he talks about like how they rather people that that love the sport and love have that fandom than just having a random person do it. So it just like I said, I think for us we just see it differently and more of an opportunity or more of a showcase for us to show our true talent versus that hustle, that grit. Like any, not for nothing, any person of color that's in the wrestling, whether it's independent or professionally, like their grind is so much harder and different than the average person.
I like what you said. I'm gonna go a different direction on that one. Um, I think us as fans have a very much so. This is just me, just talking and just explaining my point of view. I feel Southern white fans see wrestling as this just entertainment, like
Hmm.
them going to the movies, like their favorite character from a TV show, like and some fall in love with them on a different type of basis because they be going hard.
And they show up. Like if you've been to the shows in Carolinas, Georgia, anywhere in the South, like if wrestling is around, they'll draw 200, 300 people just off of just it being a Saturday afternoon, and niggas want to go see some wrestling. Like it be, but that's the culture down there.
Yeah, that's the culture, and it's so like, and I love how you said that it's like they'll draw. It doesn't matter where it's at. Because I remember when we did the during COVID, we sponsored that backyard show,
Yes,
and they still drew.
yeah, like
So
yes.
it's but I think for this is just me spitballing just from my experience once again. When I see Southern white fans, it's like going to the movies. Like, hey, it's Saturday, we're going to the movies, or Friday night lights, like it's with football. But I think for black wrestling fans, and this is once again, this is what I feel that it is. It's escapism.
Okay.
We as fans kind of escape into it's like on a whole different level where we and I can't. It's like a spiritual shit, and I can't really explain it because it sounds crazy, but it's escapism from reality for us, especially Southern black fans.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I always see. That's how I always see wrestling, and that's why it's so like embedded into culture so much. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
No, I hear you. I feel actually I feel like that's just a black wrestling fan in general. Like when I look back at when I started watching wrestling, like it was the drama for me. It was the story for me, and it was that's what I was used to growing up watching soap operas and stuff like that. So like stuff that was related to the things I was already watching kind of encouraged me to look at wrestling and seeing it for a true art form that it is. So, but like I said, but I do agree. It's very we all look and view wrestling so differently, but love it the same. Oh, shout out
That's
Stephanie Hardy in the building. It's the Hardy.
that's crazy. I
Guys,
was
make
just
sure
talking
you
about her.
I'll be right
subscribe.
back,
Make
guys.
sure you guys subscribe to the Hardy Wrestling Podcast. Support our girl Stephanie Hardy. And she said seven black people saw it as a form of escapism and bonding with family. So she definitely agrees with what Soroka had just said in terms of that. And like I said, with it now being older, like I definitely see it more as community. Um, Good, bad, or indifferent. Because I mean, not every community is gonna. Everybody's not perfect. So, but you have like these groups that we all come together, and that honestly is pretty much the foundation of job plan too. Like when I really think about it, it's like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the premise of it was for all of us just to get together and showcase each
Mm-hmm.
other love on each other and support one another. Like it just was
Mhm.
that. I always feel like it always starts with us. Like we can't ask for people to do these things or like do all black shows and do this and do that. Like we have to be the ones to step up and do them because not everybody sees it that way. They don't vision it that way. So it's always an interesting thing, but it's also more interesting that it's all around the same one thing, which is
Mm.
wrestling. Shout out to Michael Bostic that just jumped on the YouTube. Um, but okay, so we might as well just jump into Money in the Bank. Last
Mhm.
night. That was briefly about Worlds Collide. So we're looking forward to the many other things that AAA and WWE ends up doing together. It's a really exciting time. And I will say this before we do talk about Money in the Bank. The one other thing I thought was really dope Triple H mentioned was how emotional the talent was. Like
Mhm.
given an opportunity because you have talent. Like even though Mexico, let me tell y'all, you ever been to a Lucha show? They'll have 300 people that'll buy tickets for $80. Like they will pay. But I think it's dope that the talent were able to have those emotions and feelings and be proud of what they did. So I'm myself now.
Mhm.
Um, y'all didn't talk about Messi going on that personally. Well, you talk about him in the comments, right? You talk about it. But as I was mentioning last night, Money in the Bank, we crowned two new briefcase holders. The show opened with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, which in all honesty, I just feel like their matches are always the better out of the two. I feel like that about Rumble. I feel about that at Elimination Chamber sometimes. Like I just so the women showed out last night. They had Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Roxanne Perez, Julia, and Stephanie Becker. And the first black woman to win Money in the Bank happened last night, ladies and gentlemen. So super excited. Naomi was always
Mhm.
my choice to winning Money in the Bank this year. She was the right person coming back almost 2 years ago from Impact and being a world champion there to now coming back. Yeah, Roxy always shows out. Stephanie too. Like, oh, the girls really all hold their own. And the one thing I noticed, it was really dope that it was a balance of like the new school and I don't want to say old school, but you got the three newest signees that came up from NXT going against three veterans and on the main roster. So that was a really dope and that was a really dope balance. But Naomi winning Money in the Bank. Question to you guys: you're on mute, sir. You're on mute. There you
Best
go.
thing to happen, my niggas. Best thing to happen.
So my question to the table: how long does she hold it? Are we
One
talking?
year.
Are we
I
gonna
don't
go the
know.
whole year? And also keep in mind there is a very strong possibility that Money in the Bank will be later in the near next year. So they have a full year from when they win it though. But does she hold it for a year? Does she cash in at SummerSlam? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It was cool, but the women's Money in the Bank felt like how it was last year. A bunch of women got together. Like, there's no real heat. You just cheer for you who like, you boo you don't like. That's it. Like, to me, it's just like how the Ocean women matches. Like, yeah, it's cool, but it was, like again, I wasn't emotionally invested if I was in the men. Not because of the women. It was just like WWE don't do the greatest job sometimes when it comes to women. So it was cool.
I felt like that their match was better than the men's because that
I
whole
never
I
said
mean
that how that. I never said how that the match was
yeah, and
better. I never
I
said
didn't
that.
say you did. I just said that I think it was a my thing. For me, the women's match definitely hit better than the men's. The thing about now there were certain parts in the men's which we'll talk about that I did definitely like, but I definitely think overall Naomi winning, her getting once again there is 100% successful rate on the women's side for Money in the Bank. Um, so as of right now, she may become next world champion on the women's side when she cashes in. If that statistic holds up. So we had that. We had the Intercontinental title match with
Um,
Oh, what?
So when does Bianca come back?
So she has a broken finger, as everyone knows. She broke her
Yeah.
finger at WrestleMania. She probably, I mean, right now she's doing light because she posts it on Instagram and stuff. Um, I don't see it happening until SummerSlam. To be honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
um, I would if they announce her in the Queen of the Ring, then that'll be the comeback. But if she's not announced for that, then I think definitely by SummerSlam she should be back.
So I do think what might happen is Bianca wins the title either at SummerSlam or somebody even said it at Evolution. And guess who cashes in on her?
Jesus.
Naomi. Closest
Okay.
thing to Jesus because Jesus was a black man. Just and black women is godly. So you close, my nigga. You were close on that one.
Um,
But I think that could be a possibility of we seeing um her win by cashing in on Bianca.
so I raised you and I'm
Ooh,
gonna
put the
throw
car down.
in my thought. I think that once again they announced that they actually are bringing back. I was surprised they're bringing back King and Queen of the Ring. With the tournament winner will the match will happen in Saudi in about two no about 2 weeks time for Night of Champions. What I think is going to end up happening is I think that Jade is going to win Queen of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
The winner of Queen and King of the Ring automatically gets to face their brand's champion at SummerSlam. So I think we're gonna get Jade versus Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam. Jade winning
And Naomi cashes in on her.
and cashing in.
You know what? I'm not mad at either one of those because
Woo shit.
no, I'm not mad at either one of those because it sets up a feud regard because it keeps Naomi still connected to both of them in some type of capacity, and I like that. Like we gotta study Naomi's comeback. It has been utter perfection since she's got back. She went to TNA, became women's champion, came back, and has been on nothing but a hot streak. I don't know what she agreed to in the contract negotiations with
Contract
WWE.
definitely had like yo, I gotta win money in the bank.
Like
I'm pretty
like,
confident in that
and the thing is, you know what? What's been the biggest thing about Naomi is that she's been delivering on all cylinders. Where
Mm-hmm.
every spot she's been in, you felt it.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the mic. Even in
Yeah,
the mic.
like she was. Let's keep it a buck. Naomi wasn't good on the mic before,
No.
Mm-hmm.
but lately, let me sip this coffee
And
real
I
quick.
definitely think it was the TNA run that helped that. Because that, in all honesty, in TNA, like I feel like you get maybe like 60% wrestling, but 40% is nothing but promos, video packages. Like niggas is talking on Impact.
But you know what's crazy is that what it says about a person. Okay, you think you're a star? Here, do something with it. Some people, they crack under pressure. You put them in the position to be the top person, they don't know what to do with it. And Naomi, when she went to TNA, she knew exactly what to do. When she came back to WWE, she's like, I'm ready. What are we doing? You want to give me a 10-minute segment? I got
Mm-hmm.
this. Let me talk about Bianca's moms in the wheelchair.
So that
Mm-hmm.
was word. That was diabolical on her part.
I
But I
love
felt
it.
Man, that shit wasn't nothing.
I love it. I love it. It's
that's
one of the,
you wouldn't be disturbed if somebody was like, "Yo, I went to your mama house and was looking for you, and you wasn't there, and I walked in your mama house." You telling me?
that shit is beautiful. I love when heels do that
Yeah, that
crazy
shit
shit.
ain't nothing. That shit know nothing crazy. Like, man, I've been wrestling forever. I heard way worse. This is super tame.
It's not even the
Super tame. It's mild.
awful thing, but it's just like you. This we talking about glow. We talking about the bitch that got light up sneakers. It's talking crazy. Like
But
Yeah,
but
but
that
it's
is
just
some
like how that they never really gave it like how they never really gave her a real hero run. Only time they did it was her when like she was in that little group with Bianca years ago. But during the time she became champion and she had good matches, she was always out there for the people, she had everything. You understand? And again, you never saw a heel version of her in WWE like that. They never really gave her the ball, and she was champion twice. She won in our hometown, so it's
her
not
whole
like how that.
time,
So it's
everything. That shit
so
was
it's not
crazy.
like how that Naomi was not put in great places before. She was. It's just like, yo, unfortunately, they don't treat women right. That's it. That's it. Like, I just feel
Already.
like how again, if she had got the time the third time he came heel, she would have done just like this. Just a different regime. They trust her more. So I can never like how that you saying that I can never deny her work before. I can never do it. And now she's actually doing her full potential.
yeah,
Because like how that what she TNA, she didn't really change up her ring style. She didn't. All she did was just unleash like the full arsenal. That's it.
I felt like she was able to work on her mic skills more there. That's all I'm saying. Like I'm not negating her being two-time champion. I'm not negating her standing on 10 toes and walking the fuck out. I'm not negating none of that. That is old. That's a part of her story. But when we were talking about her mic skills in that moment, we all can attest that back then it wasn't there. It's here. It's present. It's saying hello, good morning.
I feel like
listen.
how that I feel like it always was there, but it's like she didn't like the material that she gave, but they didn't believe in her.
Well,
That's it. Because I saw, like for example, when Mandy Rose was trying to hump on her boo, she got tight. They fought in the hotel. Mad emotion. She cut the promo fire because she
That
believed in it.
definitely could have been stretched out. I'm just gonna put that on the table. That got cut.
My
Ooh,
point.
he's
My point.
like,
My
he
point.
smash my neck. No.
My point. They never gave something that she could work with.
That also, I feel like how they did the story now would have been that definitely might have been different.
well,
Some people like how that. Some people comment say, "No, I don't disagree. She didn't always have it." All right, cool. But like how that when she was like, did they really use her to her full potential? No, they played games with her. Y'all look at everything around her during that time. Stop looking at her as a performer. Literally, like how she went to TNA. I felt like how that, like I said before. Oh shoot, damn, she unlocked the battle riser. She unlocked this. She unlocked that. Okay, but when the rest of believe in the material, they get confidence enough to actually be a better performer. So I just felt that I could never shit on her like that. I just can't. Just can't.
but I think it goes back to having the opportunity though. Like I know what you're saying. You're like, yo, blah blah blah. But the thing about it, if you have the opportunity to grow, that's what she
That's why
had
I
at
said that was
TNA.
my point.
No, and I get what, but I'm trying to say it, huh?
I said he's agreeing with you. Like
Yeah, no, but that's what we're all saying though. Technically, we're all kind of saying the same thing. Where it's like we, they did it. They gave her the opportunity to run. Where before it was like sprint, walk, sprint, walk. But then now when she got the TNA, it's like, okay, oh, I can run more than 3 miles, and I can get better at this. And you saw that, and then when she came back, she's like, I got a full arsenal that's fully developed now. Kind of look like what you said, Janelle, where it was like, oh shit, I got to do a 10-minute promo instead of a 2-minute promo I had to do before. So now, at first I may stumble a little bit, but because they're making me the star player there, I have to do better. You know what I mean?
she was in a position where she was the top. She was one of the top in impact when she was there. So you got to be able to carry it and run with it. And I agree with you. I think it was more of her. I felt like her time in TNA was more of like you training for like the marathon. Like
Facts.
like you're
Facts.
you're you're wrestling more. You got more shows. You're speaking more. You're doing more. So then when you go back, it's like I have this level of confidence that yes, it's there, but now it's on a different level. Now that I know what I'm going to stand for, and I know what I'm not going to stand for, and I think, and it's definitely more of a growing pain because we all experience that even just in adulthood. Like you learn there are periods of times where you just going you're gonna grow in an area, that you didn't even anticipate growing in. And I think for her, it's just it's a dope. But that's what I agree with you. It's definitely something to be studied because like her even coming back from that rumble and having the face to face with fucking Jay, bro. Like I'm still like they've been planning this for fucking 2 years. God damn.
But it's also pretty dope when like because Biggie brought it up on the show. And I know that we're going a little bit over on this conversation, but I want to
That
talk
got
about
me.
a
That
little
got
bit
me.
a little bit more, where it's like 13 years, man. 13 plus, like 10 plus years in the business. You go through these ups and downs, and you finally got it. Like that's the beauty about professional wrestling sometimes, where it's like that one person that you root for on a consistent basis, that you love, that you buy their merch, that you just truly love them, and you finally see them get the recognition that they deserve. And we're seeing that with Naomi.
I agree. All right, so we're just gonna fast forward because we're gonna talk about the main event of Money in the Bank. But real quick, Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio faced Octagon Junior for the Intercontinental title. Of course, Dom won. And then we had what else? What other matches was there before
Nigga,
the
that
men?
was it.
No, it had to be one more. I'm missing something else. I promise you. And I feel like we was watching something else, but they had the Intercontinental. Oh, Becky and El Girl. That's
Nigga,
what.
who
Yeah,
cares?
that
Yeah,
definitely.
you just said
Wow.
it. Entire championship. You didn't say nothing. You been saying that. The entire championship. Yeah, that's it.
Nigga,
There's
who
no other
cares?
matches.
Talking about the men's one, but okay, whatever. All right, then we go to the men's Money in the Bank ladder match where we had LA Knight, we had Andrade, we
But hold
had
on, hold on. We're not going over this shit, son. So
over what?
let's have an honest conversation about Valkyrie. Whatever, son.
She ain't been good for NXT. The end. Like I ain't
Nah,
surprised.
son.
She's
Like,
great in the ring. Her in ring is great, but
but but but
ain't
that's
nothing
what we gotta.
believable.
But that's what we gotta talk about.
Yo, ain't nothing believable about that girl.
But
The end.
that's what I'm saying is that we just went on a rant about Naomi, and yes, we talked about her in ring skills, but it was her charisma in the ring, her mic skills, all of that has leveled up. We're in a new era of women's wrestling because there was an era where it was all about giving women a chance to showcase their abilities in the ring, right?
Mhm.
Where we talked about constantly how they're not getting their chances in the ring, and then we saw NXT Takeover, and we saw Sasha Banks
And Bailey.
and Bailey tear down the house, right? And we started respecting women in the ring. Now the next level is combining in-ring abilities with mic skills and charisma.
But
Shorty, I like Shorty in the ring,
absolutely.
but listen,
Pew,
she
pew,
about to
pew.
be a she about to make a career of being a good hand, not a superstar.
But this goes back to what I said earlier about Naomi. Like, and this is why, like, you get on Vince. But the one thing about Vince, he gonna put you uncomfortable positions to for you. And I feel like the whole title run that she had with the IC title, I feel like they didn't showcase nothing. You feel me? Where was the talk about her NXT journey into this? Where's the investment into that? Mind you, this is a brand new title that just came out. This title have no real history or lineage behind it. These are the first women. So why didn't they hype her up? Why didn't they put in showcase matches? Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they have backstage vignette with her with the title like this? You're not putting her in position to win. You feel me? And this goes back to what I compared to the music industry. They said there's no artist development. You're not doing your stage presence. You're not doing certain things. You're not putting the work in. So like at the end of the day, how can she really win? You're not putting in position to showcase it. Yo, you talk about how that, yo, she's one of the illest running backs in the game. So why the fuck make her a fucking receiver? The hell? That's not showcasing her running back skills. You feel me? You saw her in college jumping over niggas backwards, son. You saw her jumping on niggas like this on some blitz type of shit. But yet you put her in the lead. You talk about how to be a receiver. Really? Okay. Really? And that's what I'm talking about. They put these people to set up the field just for the next person. These are a bunch of paper champs we have now in WWE. Paper champs.
I don't think there's too many paper champs.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think there's too
So
many.
someone said this nigga is a Vince Dick inhaler. Well, you see, I can tell that your lack of knowledge of you're not listening. You're a dickhead and you're dumb. Listen to understand, not to reply, dickhead. Like because I said I had events, a lot of people had development. What the hell? Like loser, son. Low
So
life energy.
MD at MDB 99, you said did Lyra not hoop last night? I'm not gonna hold on.
We're not saying that she didn't hoop,
Lyra
but
did hoop
listen.
last night, but what I'm talking about is, am I putting Lyra on a commercial?
Thank you. You're supposed to be the champion. The newest one. New title.
If anyone is in New York and y'all niggas see the Minute Maid campaigners with Cody Rhodes or Jay Uso, text me immediately, please. I'm looking for them.
That's the most nigga shit ever, by the way.
But the Minute Maid, and they got a Bianca one. Then he told me they got a Bianca one. So I don't know what
Nah,
flavor that is.
man. Nah,
I
man.
thought Cody is the fruit.
Nah, B, that's diabetes, nigga.
Hell
That's
yeah.
diabetes,
I'm good,
nigga.
son.
What's gonna call it? And Jay is tropical punch. And I was like,
Anyways. Yeah. 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 So like I'm not even gonna answer that. Lyra promos against Baker were great. She was the first ever IC champ. She had time to build herself up on the main roster. Stephanie, you know she did it though, son.
I feel
Where was
like they called
again?
her up. I feel like they called her up and just threw her in the woods, and I was just like,
Thank
not
you.
really subscribing to that.
Thank you.
But I also,
Thank
to be
you.
fair, I wasn't really subscribing to NXT, so like it really wasn't like for me personally. It was just like I can acknowledge she's great in the ring. She has a very
Thank
great in-ring.
you.
However, I'm not running for a meet and greet for her. I'm not running to buy.
Thank you, son.
I
But
mean,
you know what? But you know what?
also the crowd they be wooing when her song come out, and that says something to me. But it's like whatever.
Y'all niggas is mean, son. Y'all niggas just straight.
No,
Y'all niggas
I'm just
just
saying,
mean.
like I'm just saying, cause like I literally like even from when, and it's interesting that like Becky's been trying to like put her over in a way, and like niggas is still not subscribing.
And every night I said Lola showed character development throughout this whole feud with Becky Lynch, especially last night. Dogs, y'all not paying attention to what I'm fucking saying. I'm gonna repeat this
One,
one more time.
how are we gonna give the first ever Intercontinental Champion, women's champion, a whole run that didn't mean shit? Like
I'll
Well,
give you an example. Wait, back up. What Chelsea did in a brief time as women U.S. champion,
oh,
like the little stuff, the CIA, the
that's
promo, her
it.
change her
Just that
gear
US
and stuff
title
like that.
that I'm Canadian, but I am the United States women's
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah. Like the little time she had, she captured the audience with that. You want to see with the title. The fact that she got two other people with her, now she elevate them too. You want to see two women win now.
But also, to be fair, when it comes to it, and it goes back to what your brother has said. One has charisma, one doesn't. Like
But
Chelsea Green is gonna sell a pencil. This bitch Lyra is not. You're not going to
but
buy that pencil.
no,
but
no, I understand that. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm saying that how that two people who maximize their time. That's what I'm saying. And listen, I'm not disagreeing. Like, I'm not. One thing about her, and you're right. She has great endurance. She know how to sell. She knew everything. But when it comes to selling the title, yo, you're not gonna get like. My thing is this: ask everybody, the little kids inside of us, if you see an IC version of her with the belt, compared to Bianca Belair, which one are you fucking buying? The one with Bianca Belair. Let's stop fucking playing.
There's more established.
well, hold on. I think we kind of are losing one thing because somebody said the pops that she got. The reason why this IC run was a little bit over was because of Becky.
Thank you.
Correct.
Nobody likes Becky.
I've been trying to. I said it. I said Becky's been trying to put this girl over for over a year. It goes back to when Becky dropped the title to her in NXT. It goes back to Becky coming at Wrestle fucking Mania for them to win the tag belt, and then now for
And
her to
losing the
have
next day.
the IC title shit. Which I mean, I didn't mind losing the next day because really Becky being the tag partner didn't. I understood why, but I wasn't subscribing to that either. So I was like, whatever. But everything this girl does touch has Becky Lynch involved, and I actually would rather. I would have preferred it been someone different or a few other people to give it some flavor because it's just like now we got two Becky Lynches at the same fucking time, and I'm not
Whoa,
No,
stepping
this ain't
whoa,
Becky Lynch.
whoa,
This
whoa,
ain't Becky
whoa,
Lynch. What the hell are you
from
talking
whoa.
about?
the same
I don't like
country.
white women like that.
From the same country. I'm not saying she's Becky Lynch.
What?
They are from the same
So
fucking
we
country.
can't. So it's like saying we can't have three black people on the team.
No,
Right,
I'm
but
not
yeah,
saying that. But what
no,
I'm saying is
that's what
that
you're saying.
no, what I'm saying is that they tried to put her as the next Becky Lynch, and it failed. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
You can only have one Becky Lynch, unfortunately, but
Okay.
fortunately.
I see what you're saying. I see what
I
you're
So when
saying.
I
also want
so
another Becky
every
Lynch.
time they try to introduce the girl, Becky was always by her side because they wanted the Becky rub on the girl, but she couldn't get the rub from Becky because nobody was fucking subscribing to it.
But
That's
that's
what I'm
what
saying.
anybody like. That's what anybody like. You try to put like a more established person next to them. So that's not just on her. Like I had a. Don't try to shit on her like that. Oh yeah,
What
but
do
they all
you mean?
dogs. No, like for
That's
example,
how I
Braun
feel.
Breaker.
I'm sorry. That's
Braun
how I feel.
Breaker.
They
Braun
tried. They
Breaker.
tried to. They tried to have her. Becky Lynch was Mama Bear and she was Baby Bear, and they was trying to be like, all right, listen, you gonna learn from her. You gonna be like her
What's
one
wrong
day.
with that? I don't know about her one day though, but
Okay.
whether
Okay.
her one day being
Hold on. Hold
successful,
on. Hold on.
it's
Hold
like
on.
putting
Hold on.
like Jade with Bianca, like how the
Hold on.
same
Hold on.
shit.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. So this is my thing on this. I don't. We need to see her walk on her own because they've done this numerous times. This isn't the first time they've put one of the four horsewomen with
Thank
somebody
you.
to try to get them over. An example would be Charlotte and Ripley. They did that, but Ripley stood on her own.
Yeah. She needs help. But
That's my whole. That's my whole point of this whole thing because Shorty has a lot of work to do to get outside and
you got a question. That's
outside
a,
of doing her own thing. What'd you say?
I said, that's good. Mr. Black, you got a question on the live.
I'm not answering him.
It's a valid
Anyways,
question.
no, I ain't answering him. No,
It's a valid question.
no.
It's I just think Shorty is not the most charismatic person. She can learn. I'm not saying this is the end of the world for her because you know what? Y'all niggas already knew how I felt about Bianca Belair when she was in NXT,
And I disagree with that heavy.
and she learned. She got better, and look at her now, star.
Like how that everybody was making a big deal because she was on Superstars. I mean, main event Superstars. I'm looking like dumb motherfuckers. Like, how'd you get her rep up? She was like wrestle a broom all the time. Like, duh. Like, I don't know. Again, I just feel like if you know that she's not the greatest talker, put in positions where like how that she feel comfortable. Cause that's what happened to Naomi. That's what happened to a lot of these people. Though. Like they put someone to make them feel comfortable. Like, hey, you're gonna travel with them for a little bit. That's it. So like how that I'm not saying that how that like everybody's just saying that, well, it's her first time, blah blah blah. Listen, I get all of that. But it doesn't mean that how that she's not above criticism. That's it. Just like a rookie that who just came into league. If you do a bunch of turnovers, like Kevin Durant when he first came in, he shot too much. The first two, he shot way too much. They thought that how that he's going to be a buzz, but then after a while, he got better at the shot selection. He got better. Just give him some time. I hate when people like, oh, he's a rookie. Okay, so if you don't hear criticism, how are you supposed to get better in like areas that you're weak in? I don't know. Like it just makes more sense to me. Like I just get better in these areas. That's it. Like Jay Uso. Y'all criticized him for years, for all this time, and now quiet. He's over. He got better in the ring. His promo skills, all of that shit. Because he putting the work in. He went to the gym. Like that's it. It takes time.
Listen. I said what I said. Um, Also, to go back to the Money in the Bank, The men's match was super anticlimactic, by the way. What are your
Uh,
thoughts?
I never said KD was a buzz. Oh my God, y'all don't listen. Y'all don't hear what y'all want to hear.
but he's not saying you said that.
But
He's
that
not
you,
saying that.
I
He's
never
just
said.
saying he's just saying a thought. He never said you said that.
But I got that thought what I just said. I said that KD shot too much. They thought that he was going to be buzz for shooting too much shots. But then it's like, then he got better at it. Like again, a lot of people didn't watch Sports Center during that time. Like, let me shut up. Let me shut up because I've been watching this shit way too long.
All right, so the men's Money in the Bank.
Anticlimactic.
We got I Hate You Solo. That was the highlight
That was
of the
fire.
match. Jacob finally realizing he can do all bad by himself. So it'll be very
All
interesting to
right,
see how that plays out
I can just don't.
on SmackDown. But as predicted by Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins is this year's Money in the Bank winner. Same question: when do you see Seth Rollins cashing in?
Wait, I have another
Trash.
question. Do you think
Okay.
that was it necessary for several? Do you think he needed the Money in the Bank?
No,
Oh,
trash.
that's why it wasn't good. He wasn't supposed
Trash.
to win it. And
Nigga,
then
it
all
was.
honesty, I wish they had put a mixture, just like how they did the women, where they did like three up and coming kind of, and then three like veterans. I kind of wish they did that for the men's low key to highlight some other guys, but
They
nah. And
did.
all
They
honesty,
highlighted Spanish people.
I low key wanted Solo to win. I ain't gonna hold you, but they had extended that storyline without him winning, so I was okay with that. Um,
What?
so don't worry about it.
Anyways,
So yeah, so Seth Rollins is this year's Money in the Bank winner. Definitely don't think he needed to win to get the title shot. But once again, questions to the table. When do you guys think he'll cash in? Will he cash in Monday? Will he cash in 6 months from now? What are you guys looking at?
I don't know. I personally don't care. Yeah, because he didn't need it. He needed it. Like how that it's like having Thanos, and on top of that, it's just like you have two affinity gauntlets. You're doing too much, dogs. It was okay with just one. You didn't need it. Mm-mm. That's some Triple H type of shit. You being greedy.
It,
Well,
it's
well, it's
it's.
all part of the.
Listen, I watched it and I was like, nigga, this is it.
You're right. Okay.
This like, first of all, the shit wasn't hitting. The match wasn't hitting like it was supposed to. It was a solid 7.5, maybe 7 out of 10. Then having him win, like, come on, dogs.
We
And
could
I
have did
get it.
better.
And I get it. They're making him feel more hated, making him be the bad guy type of shit.
But
But
also more power. How it goes back to what he said on Monday when he was talking about he's striving for having this power, this control. But as a non-Roman fan like that, I totally kind of see Roman screw him out of that. Like he screwed Roman.
But then again, it is true to his character because Seth was always like this. The heel Seth always finds someone just do a lot of overkill shit. Because ever since Seth became heel, if you notice, whenever he's heel, he has to have people around him. Always. Always. Really think about it. Always how he's been heel. He always had a team around him. So
But
this is up his alley.
I don't mind. I don't mind. I like Sable, so I don't mind the
Oh no,
niggas
no, no,
with
no,
it.
no, no. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. But for Steph's character, he's a like matter of fact, no, it makes sense for Steph's character. For his character, it makes sense because he's a super villain right now. When you're a super villain, you do unnecessary shit. Like for example, Lex Luthor, he didn't have to kill no Joker didn't have to kill the niggas at the bowl, but he want to do it just get underneath Batman's skin. So it makes sense. Oh, never mind, take it back.
no, shit was
All that.
trash.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't
Shit's
good.
trash. Shit was
Listen,
trash.
I just said how that it just fixes character.
You win some, you lose some. But
No.
last but not least, the main event, the tag team match, former tag team champion Cody
Ooh.
Rhodes and Jay Uso going against Logan Paul and Jonathan Cena. Wow, what a way to end Money in the Bank. I tell you, when I saw them black ankles, I knew it was. I said, Ron's here. Ron Killings is all WWE. So Ron, our truth, we signed with the company 2 days before Money in the Bank. Um, And a lot of it, the fans, they say, like Cody has said it on the post show, like the fans really played a part in that process because, and it goes back to even when Cody, when they was about to okey doke Cody out of his title shot, it was like the fans said, "Nah, we not fucking with that. We not doing that."
It's like, look at it, cause you know what it is. They underestimate what a person does, and how a
Mm.
person affects fans, and how a person affects his team, which is the locker room of the people around him, his coworkers.
Mhm.
So, and they don't see that sometimes, like, because from the outside looking in, if you didn't know anybody, you think, oh, it's R-Truth. He's just a low mid card wrestler. Who cares?
Yeah, for the funny shit.
Yeah, he won't make a dent. He won't make a dent in anything.
Yeah.
But then you see what he did when he left, what happened, and then you also see how his coworkers talked about him.
Yo, the moment that tweet hit the world, and all Kevin Owens, Natalia, like every single person Ron has inspired or gave advice to, like they legit was like, nah, like this don't feel right, but we appreciate you, and we want you to know we appreciate you and we love you. So
And that's
it's
beautiful,
powerful.
bro. That's
It's
beautiful.
powerful. Not everybody gets that type of blessing. Not
Nah,
everybody
because
gets like that.
but it shows what kind of energy he moves with, how he makes people feel. Like, this isn't like,
Bless you.
you
Bless you.
see, I sneezed on the truth, my nigga.
We scared of the truth. That's why we got Ron Killers now.
I
But
mean,
no,
Yeah,
it's
I
exciting.
kind of see it this way with the whole Ron Killing situation. It's just like, yo, like, just listen to the fans. Someone said that, oh yeah, MD was like, oh yeah, they try to bring back Kai with the same tweet. What's wrong with that? I don't think nothing's wrong with that. Like, yo, the fans crying for a particular wrestler to bring them back. Yeah, like people forget this happened with Matt Hardy. The same exact thing happened with Matt Hardy a couple of years ago. He got fired with the whole leader situation. The fan outcry and shit like they brought him back. There's nothing wrong with that.
It was not his fault. So I felt like
Yeah.
I had to bring that nigga back because
And
that
I
wasn't
found,
his
and I found out, don't forget, this is the same thing that happened with like Drake Maverick. Same exact shit. Like, yo, like I hate when people cry about when WWE don't listen, but when they do listen, it's an issue. Like,
Well, that's
what the
because not
fuck?
you can't please everybody, and that's just what it's gonna be. You get people like to complain, like, and it
oh,
be for
trust
no
me, I know.
it be for no
Like,
reason. It be like just some like a comment in the thing, like it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. But we're gonna enjoy Ron Killing in his last run in WWE. So we're
like,
really
Listen,
oh wait. This is what I heard. This is what I heard, and I feel like and this goes back to what I said a couple of years ago. And all y'all didn't listen to what I was saying. This is corporate wrestling. Vince didn't call him. Nobody he knew for years called him and say, "Hey, we're going to do this direction." It was someone from corporate called that cell and said, "Hey, we're firing you," and that's it. What I'm hearing from reports,
he wasn't
Ron, they was
fired.
calling him.
They wasn't renewing the contract. It wasn't a
Okay,
fire.
okay. Hold on. Like they say, hey, we're not gonna renew your contract. It was nothing that someone that from the head of there, none of that. Someone who fuck with like, I get it. So then they was like, all right, they was calling him. Everybody was calling him until Nick Khan called him himself, like, yo, listen, let's talk. That's when he answered the call. And I could kind of feel it from Ron Killen's progressive because I'm looking like, yo, listen, I didn't get the John Cena album bump push. Certain that I didn't get, but yeah, every time I was on screen, I made the best of it. No matter what you put me in, I always put the most work in there. And this is and like how to at least give me a proper send off. And he was to get fired, but my man John Lacina, aka John Dinner, stepped in and looked out for him, and that showed you, like my brother said, a testament of kind of guy in the locker room he is. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody like everybody who have issue with this, complain this, that, and third, it just shows you that no one fucked with you at work. That's it. That's it. It just shows you that when you wasn't there, niggas was hype. When you came in late, no one missed you. That just shows you the level of like whackness you was at. You was at work. I bet you between the three of us, my brother and Janelle, when you left, oh, we miss you. Hasn't been the same without you, dog. When they hit you with that, you know you're a power play at the job. So I know a lot of people didn't get that at work. So like, you just a hater right now. That's it.
No, it's dope. And to your point about John Cena fought for that mini program, even if it was for 2.5. John had made sure he said, "Nah, we're doing this tour. He got to be a part of it." So it like you said, it goes to a testament of Ron and the person that he is, the impact that he
Hell yeah,
has.
son.
So it's really it's just dope that we as fans were able to move that needle for him, as a thank you, like to him, like thank you for all the years you've done, all everything you've done. So it's a beautiful. It was beautiful to see him,
Well,
even with his
for
low pants.
for people who don't know, because you mentioned that he's being called Ron Killing. Supposedly, he structured his new contract so that he can keep the name Ron Killing. So when he goes out of WWE, Ron Killings has done some stuff on WWE television, so he can do guest appearances in indie shows.
That's
Right,
it.
because that's also
R
what's going.
Truth is an old head black person. That nigga never gonna stop working.
At all, at all. You know what? His,
He did
you
some
know,
jail time. He said he's coming. He never gonna stop.
I don't. I feel like most of us are like that. Like when you was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be working after," I was like, "Nigga, you always working."
It's like I have this dude that I work with. He did some time. He said I'm never stop working. I wasted.
Never.
He said I sat down for 8 years. I'm never going. I'm never sitting down again.
Nigga did a 8-year bid. What did he do?
I have no idea. I don't ask him.
Oh fuck, you just terrible.
Yeah, I don't.
I know you
Yeah, I
don't like
don't.
talking to people
Yeah, I
like that,
don't. Yeah, I don't.
and if they don't tell you, you're not gonna ask. But I'm gonna need you to ask that.
No, no, because Janelle, what I realized is this way. Why that reason what he did in jail? And at the end of the day, that's none of my business. Unless like he ain't touching kids, he ain't raping women, he doing something
So,
diabolical.
not saying that he did, but you don't know. 'Cause you don't know.
Look, son, if the Holy Spirit don't tell me to say something, I'm not gonna say nothing.
Well, that's fair, but Wilkins, that's that nigga for me. I don't know.
Actually, he works mad hard. I ain't asking him nothing.
Yo, when a dude came out of jail, he
I'm
changed
gonna,
his life. You
I'm
gonna
gonna come by.
question him?
I'm gonna come by. I'm gonna come by with some passes. The same way that he did. And I'm like, hi. That's fine.
He was employee of the month like last month.
Oh shit! He out. Listen,
Mm.
That nigga did a bid, came
well,
out.
who else works with you out there?
Exactly.
And he work hard too. He work hard. He got mad at me today.
Ooh, what you did?
So, cause he never wants to ring up his own sales. So he'll text me. He's like, "Boss, I got another sale, boss." So I walked out. I walked out,
Like he drugs. He's drugs.
and then I did the sale phone, but by accident I put it under my name by accident.
Oh, that was the thing you was trying to figure out last night.
Yeah. So I put it
Okay.
under his name by accident. So I was like, oh. So he was leaving. He gave me a fist bump. So he know that he got a temper. So he texted me. He was like, I ain't down with this shit like this, man. I ain't down with this shit like this.
Ooh,
I did everything I did. I do everything right. It's some bullshit.
ooh, who made him mad? You did it. Wilkins.
So then I texted him. I was like, it's taken care of. I fixed it. He goes, all right, we good.
It's scary. Nah,
No, 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 no,
it
no,
gotta
no,
be
no.
something with drugs, but then they don't like even touching money.
No, 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 no. I like that because I already know what I'm dealing with. That's it. All right, man. This type of dude he is. That's an energy on. All right, I don't have to match it, but I have to
He's
deal with it.
he's actually one of the best people on my team.
Well,
So
tell him to come to
You
drama
want to
queen.
hear like how to like think about it. You don't want to see no niggas sucking dick no more in jail. You
Wow,
what?
understand?
wow.
What are you
We
talking
went,
about? All right, we're gonna end this right here.
that was the way
I'm
to
just
end it.
saying though. So
But
like,
Okay,
yeah,
so yeah,
so,
go ahead.
you doing all this gay shit,
um,
all this nasty shit.
All right,
invite
go ahead.
eight,
So end the show.
invite 8 Year Bid to Java Slam. And you
Why?
guys are all watching Tickets are still on sale for Java Slam. We
Yes.
are about 11, 13 days from Java Slam 5, A Different World. So make sure to get your tickets. We thank you guys for jumping on the live. This is a short, sweet. We just wanted to talk about Money in the Bank real quick because Ron coming back was definitely important and definitely something we wanted to highlight, along with Naomi winning Money in the Bank as well. Two major highlights of last night's CLE. Once again, next Saturday we are in Brooklyn, Java 5. Thank you guys for joining us on this lovely Sunday evening or whatever evening you're listening or watching this. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank you so much. As always, I'm Janelle from HR here with Sir Lucas and Mr. Black. Hashtag Black Excellence. Hashtag we are out. And now passing Chinese food. Okay, bye.